The following content has been generated with artificial intelligence under minimal human supervision. The data presented may contain errors or inaccuracies. The opinions expressed in this content do not necessarily reflect the vision, position, or values of DigiAll. We recommend verifying critical information with additional sources before making decisions based on this content.
Welcome to DigiAll Tech News. Today is Monday, June 1st, 2026. I'm Kylie Brooks, and this is where technology becomes clear, practical, and worth paying attention to. A market strategist is warning that AI stocks may be headed for a shakeout, even if the broader tech rally survives the pullback. The US Commerce Department is closing a loophole that let advanced AI chips reach Chinese companies through subsidiaries outside China. Connecticut has signed a broad AI law requiring employers to disclose how automated hiring and workplace tools use personal data. A new Guardian analysis argues that transhumanist ideas are shaping how some Silicon Valley leaders talk about AI, immortality, and humanity's future. President Trump has posted AI-generated images of a proposed White House DronePort, escalating a fight over security, funding, and oversight. Let's start with the market mood around AI, because this is a useful reality check. On CNBC's Squawk Box Asia, destination wealth management strategist Michael Yoshikami said the AI-driven rally is likely due for a shakeout and a correction in AI-related names. He still expects the broader technology sector to move higher after that pullback, but he singled out software as an area that could lag. The bigger issue is that this is not just a valuation story. Yoshikami also pointed to persistently high oil prices as a possible threat to market gains, with the potential to raise US recession risk. So the question for investors is not whether AI is important, it's whether every company being priced like an AI winner can keep that premium if macro pressure starts to bite. Now to export controls, where geography is suddenly not the loophole it used to be. The US Commerce Department's Bureau of Industry and Security issued unexpected weekend guidance applying existing 2023 license requirements to Chinese headquartered companies, even when the buyer is a subsidiary outside China, including places like Malaysia. That matters because the rule targets the most advanced AI chips, including Nvidia's Blackwell processors, and industry sources estimate that hundreds of thousands of chips may already have reached Chinese subsidiaries during roughly a one-year enforcement gap. Nvidia says this change does not affect it, because prior commerce letters had already blocked the company, while AMD did not immediately comment. In practical terms, Washington is saying ownership and control matter as much as shipping address, but the chips already in data centers do not have to be removed or shut down under this guidance, which means enforcement is moving after some of the hardware is already in place. Connecticut is giving employers a long runway, but a clear message: if AI helps make workplace decisions, workers deserve to know what data is being used. Governor Ned Lamont signed Senate Bill 5 on May 29th, and for tools deployed on or after October 1st, 2027, businesses must disclose to employees and job applicants the types of personal data used in automated employment decisions and where that data comes from. The law also adds an AI and automation trigger to state layoff notices, so employers must alert the Connecticut Labor Department when a mass layoff or plant closure is tied to those technologies. Here's the key context. Connecticut now joins California, Colorado, and Illinois among the relatively small group of states regulating AI in hiring and firing. The law also makes clear that using an AI tool does not shield an employer from discrimination claims, while allowing documented bias testing to count as evidence of prevention. The open question is whether disclosure and liability pressure will be enough without mandatory bias audits becoming the centerpiece. This next story is less about a product launch and more about the worldview behind some very powerful product decisions. In The Guardian, Eduardo Porter examines how transhumanist ideas show up in public statements and projects associated with leaders including Sam Altman, Elon Musk, Larry Page, and Peter Thiel. The examples are striking. Altman's past discussion of a human AI merge within 50 years, Musk describing humanity as a biological bootloader for digital superintelligence, Altman's past subscription to the mind-uploading startup Nectomy, Musk's Neuralink brain-computer interface work, Thiel's pursuit of an immortal body, and Page's preference for digital minds spreading through the galaxy. Porter's argument is that these ideas can justify pouring capital, energy, minerals, and water into superintelligent AI and transhuman projects, while more immediate needs like healthcare, education, and poverty reduction compete for attention. The reason this matters is simple. Technology is never just code. When the people funding and building AI carry a cosmic story about where humanity should go, that story can influence what gets built, what gets regulated, and whose needs are treated as urgent. And finally, AI imagery is now part of a very real political fight over White House security infrastructure. President Donald Trump shared 2 AI-generated images on Truth Social showing rows of black military drones on the roof of a planned new White House ballroom, along with soldiers, fuel trucks, and dramatic Washington backdrops. He called the DronePort perhaps the most sophisticated anywhere in the world, and said it would safeguard Washington, D.C. The images also carried the official White House seal. The post lands while a $1 billion security funding push for the East Wing project is stalled. Wired has reported that the roof design includes a concealed counteroffensive drone port and rocket launchers, bulletproof glass, and a hardened underground bunker, while the ballroom is funded by private donors including Apple, Meta, and Amazon. This is where the AI angle gets interesting. The renderings are not just decoration. They help sell an idea before the legal, budget, and oversight fights are settled. A federal judge halted above-ground work pending congressional authorization, and Democrats have attacked the request as a vanity project. The core trade-off is national security versus democratic process. Who gets to approve sensitive military features at the White House? Who pays for them? And how much should be decided through viral images? Today's through line is accountability around AI. In markets, export controls, workplace decisions, elite visions of the future, and political messaging. The technology keeps moving fast, but the harder question is who gets to set the rules around it. Thank you for staying informed with DigiAll Tech News. I'm Kylie Brooks. We'll be back with more updates as they develop.